Hello everybody and welcome back to Chrono Trigger, and this is part 9. And so now we're continuing off. This is a new recording session for this video here. And we left off last time where we had to make way back to the Millennial Fair and go through the little portal there, so it opens up this error light at the end of time. And so now what's going on now is that there's a battle going on at the bridge. And I think when we first got to this error, and I cut past that little one screen there, a little in between forest section. Didn't really need to show that off because it was just, we already seen it. I'll be doing that on the way back. And so I think when we first came to this error, I think the bridge was out, and I think we made it so that the bridge got repaired. And so now now they have it repaired, and now there's an attack going on the bridge. Magus's troops are making like a play on the bridge. And so right now when we come back here, we're actually supposed to talk to the chef there, and then once we try to leave, he will give us something for the troops there, which is just jerky. Now I believe if you do have, if you do have enough money, I think it's not exactly expensive, but I think if you go to, like, a speedrun tactic is that if you go to the present day and you go into that south town, there is a I think it's a pub or something like that, and he sells the jerky, but I think he sells it for, like, I want to say like 1,000 gil. I think it's semi-expensive, but I mean it's but it's really, all it is that as long as you have jerky in your inventory, you can actually kind of skip going to the chef there and just immediately give it to the captain here. And once you do give it to him, he will actually well, actually, if you agree to help, he gives you a gold helmet, which is just called a gold helm. And it's a guy only. I think it's a guy only helmet, because the ladies in my party there can't equip it for some reason. I don't know why. Because I mean, they have an iron helm. Why can't they equip a gold helmet? So, anyways, as soon as we conveniently get, this is like convenience here, as soon as Chrono gives the rations there, they actually start to make a aggressive play. And we will be fighting a little skull boss later. It's semi-easy. It's not hard, but it's not easy either. And if you do the right tactics there, it should be easy. So there's that gold helm, and I believe I give that to Chrono. Yep, I give that to Chrono. Yeah, see, they can't equip it for some reason, which is kind of weird. And the only other person that can equip it is Robo, but he's not in my party, so I gave it to Chrono, just so he has better defense. So I believe that I kept all these battles in. We're fighting these skull enemies here. And really, right here, don't bother attacking Ozzy, because anything that you do, it doesn't hurt him. He's like, in some sort of, I guess in some sense he's invincible. Or at least until, you know, you... And yeah, don't do antipode on these guys. For some reason it cures them. I think it's the ice thing that actually cures them, because I think I tested doing fire on them and it actually worked. So, yeah. Yeah, so I do fire and it kind of makes sense that the fire actually works. I don't know why it cures them. I guess the ice just kind of... I guess the ice cures them for some reason. But as soon as the enemies are gone, then you can attack Ozzy, and it's just a one-hit thing there. It doesn't he doesn't have like a lot of HP each time. It's not like you kill him. It's just he doesn't want to get hurt. And so then this right here, he actually turns these actually our dead allies against us. So now we got 3 this time. So really, as you're seeing, I'm using Chrono's slash ability there. That works good enough. And actually, now that I'm seeing it now here, Fire Whirl is actually very good. Sort of. It actually does help with getting rid of the enemies there. It does decent enough damage. It doesn't do very best, you know, it's not like a one-shot hit, but it actually does a decent damage to where you can do it like maybe like I think it's two times. Yeah, 2 times. So it's just really a repeat of just getting rid of the skulls and then attacking Ozzy, and that's pretty much it. Now I think Chrono's lightning magic actually does do damage against those skull enemies there, but I don't think I tested that out yet. And so right here, I'm actually gonna heal up because we're actually gonna be getting to a boss battle. I was thinking I could use the Aura Whirl, but you can't use combo healing, I guess. I was just making sure that everybody was pretty much at full health when I get in. Then we just so then Ozzy does the last effort and gathers a bunch of bones here and actually forms this big skull boss right here, which has two attack things there, the top half and then the bottom half. And I'm not sure if you defeat the bottom half first, the top half goes. I think he just floats there, but so Antipode like works on the top half. I think it's the top half that works on. Yeah. So what I did was I just like I was like, okay, I'll just do Antipode on it, because I mean it's in a group there, so I had no choice that it would hit the other one too. So so I just had them do Antipode and then just have Chrono just do whatever, and eventually the top will I think it does something to where it kills itself. I don't remember what it does there. You'll see what it does there, but just pretty much use Antipode and it will go do decent damage on the top half there, and eventually the top half will go away, and then you can switch your tactics to something else. Oh, that, I think that's what it was right there. It does that. Yeah. So does the MP Buster, which actually just drains the entire MP there, and you can just use ethers there, and then just the rest, just you can just continue to use fire. And, I guess... Now, I think what I eventually, I think I tried to do was do Fire Whirl. But I think it worked okay. I don't think it did, like, anything significant. Yeah, I think no, I think at this point I just had, Luca just attack with fire and just kept, Maro and them on hand just in case, and eventually I was like, let me try Fire Whirl. And yeah, it does a decent amount of damage. But it's more like NP like thing, whatever to do in there, and this pretty much actually just actually have Meryl be on standby with healing, and just have Chrono and Luca do their elemental attacks there, and there we go, easy peasy. So there we go. So that's pretty much the battle of on the bridge there. So now that we won that, it kind of fended them off. So now we have to venture further down onto the southern area and explore around. And before we actually go down to the very southern town there, there's actually, I was trying to look for the one spot where you can turn in that that thing that we got in the cathedral. I can't remember what it was, like the Nega Brombate or whatever, Negate, I don't know how you pronounce it. But this right here, you can get this little, it's not exactly a side story per se, but a side story for this character here. This is during the time to where they started to look for the rainbow shell, and this, I guess, family here was going to look for it, and this Toma guy is the one that is adventuring to go find it, and he does some leads to one of the islands there, and eventually later on in the game we actually will get the rainbow shell, and we will be able to make some good equipment stuff. And so this one here, we see continuation of Toma here, and this right here, I actually had a phone call going on here, so I kind of was doing both at the same time here, so forgive me. So I'm slowly talking to the guy there, and I go, this little cut that I do here in just a minute, it's just cutting out the menus there, because I went to my menu to take the phone call, and figured I would just cut it out later, so then it would kind of be seamless. So you'll see a cut here in just 1 second. So right about there, that's the little cut right there. That's me cutting out me in the menus for like, I think like 2 minutes or something like that. It wasn't like saving enough time or whatever, but in here, so after that, I do a little, I sleep here and recover my HP and all that. Because after that boss battle, we didn't get recovered, so just pay 50 money for it. No big deal. So then we can move on. So this is the house right here that I was talking about. If you talk to this guy, well, actually, if you examine the little sparkly thing and then talk to that guy, then you'll get what's inside, and just kind of watch here. Yeah, that thing there that we got in the cathedral there. And if you trade it with this guy, you will get a magic tab. And that's pretty much what you get, is just a magic tab. It just ups your magic by 1. So he just unlocks it for us, and we're able to go in there and get it. And I believe I give it to Marl, so her healing does better. I'm not sure where I got that power meal from, but I must have gotten it in battle somewhere. I believe it's supposed to be like, if you're very low, that if you eat it, it actually mega heals you or something. I don't know. But anyways, so there's no weapons or anything here. Just the normal items here, and I actually stock up on stuff here that I was really low on, and I got me up to just about to 10 of each item, or that I was just low on anyways. So now we can move on. And so during this time, there's actually a thing here, and this guy will say, so what happened was Frog at some point I guess he was in a tavern, and he dropped the hero medal, and Tata, which is a little guy, he's just a little kid, he found it, and he was thinking, well, I'll just go sell it so he can get some money. And so when he showed it to go sell it, they thought he was like a hero or something, so he kind of went with that because he was afraid of getting caught or whatever. So now we have this little thing there on getting the hero's medal. And so right here we see a third appearance, third appearance of Toma here. And he's almost narrowed down to which he's figured it out to an island, but he doesn't know which one yet. So with that, so now we gotta go to the little mountain thing over here. And I don't know how to pronounce that, but this is where we're going. And I believe you don't necessarily have to go all the way through. Well, actually, yeah, you do. This is where we get something for Frog that will progress the story. And so we fight these enemies here. Now, these goblins here, without the hammer, you can actually attack them and they'll go down in one hit. If they have the hammer, use Lucas Fire Builder or something that does fire, and it burns their hammer. And you'll see right here what I do here. I use, and you can use Flame Toss too. You don't have to use the high MP of fire. But it burns away the thing there. Now, if you attack them while they have the hammer, their defense is really high for some reason, and it only does like 20 HP when attacking, and it's really it would take a while. So if you burn their thing there, then their defense like drops dramatically. So now they're open, and so now you can attack them like that. And that's just pretty much all the enemies that we fight there is these guys and like these bird enemies. And I pretty much cut a lot of battles out through here. So. Like this one. So right here, I'm checking what kind of checkpoints they need to learn their next stuff there, and it's a little bit it's a bit of a time that they learn something else. So this place is it's pretty straightforward. There's some diverting paths. That's the bird guy I was talking about, by the way. It's pretty much pretty straightforward, really. There's some side paths maybe, but I'm sure it's easy to figure out. And these guys, you just do Chrono Cyclone, and it actually hurts them pretty good. And there we go. So from now on, the battles that I cut out, well, actually, there's one other enemy. I mean, it's a bird that has a bell on it, and it's like, you know, whatever. You can fight them in the forest there if you so happen to, but whatever. So yeah, like I said, I'll be skipping a lot of these battles here. This one, you see me cut past that. And if you go down here, you can get a mid-tonic there. So yeah, not really much to say about this area. You know, it's pretty straightforward, and it's pretty much do what I do here. And you'll get to this little gauntlet right here. I think there's I think it's 3 or 4 battles, and you'll see me cut past them because it's the same enemies, like these same 2 enemies there. You really fight the bird with the bell on it, but it's just these 2, and that's it. So yeah. So this right here, I was thinking there was a secret path that would lead down to further, but no, it's there's a thing to where you can jump down this waterfall that's to the left over there. Yeah, that thing right there, that little bird right there, you can fight that in the forest there. I'm not gonna bother. Well, I show it off later, which is, there's a battle with just 3 of them, and I just and go to the left path right there. That's where you want to go. So you can get this one get this treasure chest right here, and that gives you the silver stud, which actually cuts the MP use by 50%, as you'll see. So that's pretty good. So I get that to tomorrow there, so that way her healing stuff doesn't take a lot. If it does, really, I mean, it just cuts it down quite a bit. It cuts all her magic there, really. So, I believe there's I think there's another one which I think is called a gold stud, and that one actually does, I think it does 75%. It cuts it by 75%, I believe, or maybe it cuts it down to 1. I think, I don't remember. I know I think I know there is an accessory that actually does like lower your MP usage to 1 MP. But I think that's the gold thing there. And this right here, don't bother going down again. It just connected to where we were before. I was just looking around to see if there's anything. I left it in just to show you guys that there is nothing down here. So yeah, just don't bother, and just go ahead and move on. I was thinking of cut and pass all that, but I was like, eh. So these guys actually do respawn, so we have to... So I had to fight them again, I should say. But I cut past that. And, so right here I do some healing. And I get some of their MP up a little bit there. Because, we are getting kind of close to the boss battle, which I believe we're not going to get to about this boss battle in this one. I think I left that for the next, video there. And so once we get to the one safe spot there, then we're gonna, that will be it for the video, and actually it will be pretty soon here. You'll see yeah, this right here, this is the one that I kept in just to show you. Let's do a cyclone on these like that, and they go down in 1 shot, I believe. And just like that, it's easy peasy. So there's this guy over here that looks like this was it Speakio guy that was in the end of time. If you talk to him a few times there, he'll eventually give you a magic tab, I believe. Yep. And after that, there's nothing. There was a thing to where I kept talking to him and thinking that he would give you something else if you talked to him like 50 times or something like that. But there's nothing like about that. So that's pretty much it there. So I'm gonna, as soon as I do this, I'm gonna save, and that will be the end of this video here. So anyways, that's the end of this video here. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and also follow me on Twitter, and I will catch you guys in the next video. So peace.